Hello everybody and welcome to episode 1 of a recorded stream of consciousness. To clarify what that is, I have fairly severe ADHD, and this is how I started out streaming. Was I would sit in front of my phone while driving and I would just talk. As is a stream of consciousness, just let whatever pops in the head flow through the mouth. Easy peasy. I usually do this over at twitch.tv/guarddiggity. Not recently, though, because I'm closing in on affiliate, so I wanted to slow down so I didn't tank my viewer count and screw up my numbers. But I've been missing it. I've been missing it really, really bad, and I figured, you know what? I've been dragging my feet about making content for YouTube, and even though this is effectively the laziest way one could make content for YouTube, it is still viable. It's still something. It's still putting something out there that you guys could find and maybe discover me through, and a way that I can use my streamer muscle, so to speak. You know, my ability to just be able to monologue and keep up that energy, talk about different point to point to point. And so hopefully, hey, who knows, maybe this will do well, and that'll be really neat to see. Just to get a few things out of the way, for anybody who seems to notice this, probably right out the gate, because, you know, in a way, this is a new audience. I got an Olaf Band-Aid on my forehead, because I headbutted a fucking, a door, and I got bad teeth. And now that we're past that, we can move on. I am a turbo nerd. Everything I'll be talking about will be turbo nerd friendly, right? I am currently driving, but I'm doing it safely. It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. So, the specific topic of today's stream of consciousness, I'm trying not to do a whole, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, introduction video, because, that's not content, that's just me like, hi, hello, look at me, But, so, actually, I should clarify more of what this is. This is a free-form podcast sort of thing. The intention is less to actually watch the video and more of throw me on in the background, just listen to me talk about, you know, whatever, go through, agree or disagree with, and that's, so, okay, here, the perfect example of what the stream of consciousness properly is. I talk, something pops up, and I go, ooh, that. A lot of these YouTube videos that I'll watch, a lot of, like, video essays, now, they're done phenomenally, right? They have a script written out, they have effects, they have editing, genuinely phenomenal content, right? And I'm sure that if I put in effort, I could do something like that. But, not saying that I don't want to put in effort, I don't have the ability to right now, so I'm not going to. But one of my favorite things to do is go through, listen to these videos, and say to myself, do I agree or disagree with what this guy is talking about? I've been watching a lot of videos on the right way to grow on Twitch, the right way to make affiliate, carve a path to partner, and whether or not it's worth it, right? And some of these videos I'll see, oh, you know, if you're not willing to get your hands on a Go XLR, you may as well not stream. If you're not willing to, you know, set a super stringent schedule and only play the top 11 games streamed on Twitch, don't stream on Twitch. You know, don't stream. And I mean, for some people, I feel like intent is important here. Specifically, what it is you want to do, what it is you're going for. That's what's important for me. My primary goal in streaming is just to find people I can shoot the shit with. If I'm being entirely fully honest, I am not good at right out the gate introductions. I forgot the word. The specific form of interaction is lost to me. I have to meet somebody. I have to immediately, within the first couple of moments in the conversation, prove to them that I'm interesting, that I'm likable, and that I'm somebody that they could get along with, right? And if you go deeper on it, you can talk about, how you have to make somebody comfortable enough to express passion to you in some way, shape, or form. All you gotta do, get somebody excited about talking about something, immediately locks in their head. Fuck, I got to get all excited talking about this thing I like with this person. That's something I'm able to do. Boom, friends, right? Or at least on paper, that's how it works. And I'm not good at that. Partially, I'm an awkward guy. I'm an awkward guy. I'm not good at just immediately clicking with somebody 100% of the time. But the nice thing with this is I go on, you guys figure out what I'm about and who I am to a certain extent throughout whatever content I make. If I sit here and talk about Kamen Rider, which was actually going to be the primary point of this stream video, then, boom. Everybody that's into Kamen Rider, they already see like, oh, hey, a new content creator who likes Kamen Rider. That's somebody I can talk to maybe. That's pretty cool. And then, boom, anybody that comes in, they can, oh, hey, are you excited for Geats? I can be like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not actually. And it's like putting a filter, right? Putting a filter out there. People are going to slide in, and eventually people are going to come in like, hey, yeah, so what's your favorite Digimon, right? What's this? What's that? Turbo Nerd. Boom. Community. Not to say that there's not like an openness and accepting of everybody thing. It's just like, I am a nervous man. I am a shy boy. Anyways, to touch back onto the Kamen Rider topic, I know I've probably already dropped like multiple points. Such is the nature of the stream of consciousness. But the Kamen Rider thing. So for those of you who don't know, a man named Shotaro Ishinomori, he was a mangaka back in the day. He, was it Gold Mask? I don't remember exactly what the first iteration, what like the earliest forms of his creation were, but he is the father of a superhero genre called tokusatsu. It is a Japanese superhero genre, effectively just transforming, right? Transforming, boom, you're in your suit. If that sounds familiar to you, you're probably thinking Power Rangers. Power Rangers based on Super Sentai, which is one of the creations of Shotaro Ishinomori. Another creation, Kamen Rider. I think you can also talk about like Kiter and this and that, but that's not what we're talking about. This is the groundwork, this is what you need to know going in. You don't even really need to know it. It's just boom, connection, whatever. So the new season coming out, the current season is Kamen Rider Revice. The new season coming out is Kamen Rider Geats. Already given it points for the name. I don't know what Geats means or stands for, but Kamen Rider Geats just kind of does it for me, and I don't know how to explain it, right? And from what I can gather, is going to be another Rider War series, a season of Kamen Rider in which multiple riders exist and they fight each other. Other Rider War seasons being like Kamen Rider Gaim, Kamen Rider Ryuki, or actually we got an English adaptation in Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, which actually apparently is pretty decent. I only caught a few episodes back in the day on the CW, but I'm the CW dog. So, and I keep seeing people talking about, the writers intend for there to be 50 different writers in Geats, in the show. And I don't know the veracity of that. That's going to be something that I'll probably come back and correct later on. But if that is true, that's insane, and I am totally way more willing to give them a break, because the main issue I have with Geats so far is I kind of hate the suit designs. Geats himself, phenomenal suit design, looks really, really good when he's actually fully armored up, but they seem to have made all the suits extraordinarily modular, which can totally work. You know, it's clear that some of the transformation devices are intended for some riders over others, but it's going to be rough, right? It's going to be very rough on how they continue to do this. To explain further, I think it's called the Desire Driver, effectively like the Geo Driver, but like as if there's no faceplate. The base of it is just black plastic rail little button thing for you to put, like, if you remember classic Beyblades, the bit chips, effectively that. And they transform, it seems, at the very least, you know, without the other stuff, just by putting the chip in. Very simple, very basic, but for a modular rider system, in a show that is intended to have a high number of riders, I get it, and you know what? I think it's the best way they can do it, as long as they really keep up with the modular system. That's something that I've noticed in the past couple seasons of Rider, is that they will start a system, they'll start like a gimmick or something, remixes with Revice, the different animals, different elements thing in 0-1, the mix and match capabilities of the Wonder Ride books and Saber, and eventually they'll just drop them. And I don't know if it's because of toy sales or what, but it reads so much like, okay guys, we hit our number that we want for the toy sales, now you can do like the actual stuff, but also still toy sales. I don't know. Because keep in mind, it is a children's show, right? I'm man enough to admit that I am a big fan of a Japanese children's show. Shit slaps, okay? Now, of the actual base suit designs, it's just this, you know, it almost looks like a dirt bike armor pad suit, and then they got their separate helmet designs. Geats has a great helmet. The Panda Riders, which apparently there's two of them, I'm assuming either brothers or they're going to do like, what is it? Toragon? Was that what it was? I've yet to see Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers. I have yet to actually get into really any Sentai. I'm aware of it. I watch hella clips, and I follow along like the toy releases because shit slaps. But I have not actually gone around to sitting down and watching Avatar Sentai Dawn Brothers, which I should, because supposedly it is actually the final season of Sentai. I fucking doubt it, but it is what it is. But going back to the rider suits for Geats, there is this rider, Pink Ram something or other, and I fucking hate it. Oh my god. You know, and maybe it'll look better, maybe she'll look better when there is armor involved, when she gets her own, like, I don't know what they're called, the modular, like, components. I don't know. Which, actually, let me touch on that really quick. It seems that there are two types of components that are going to be featured in Geats, at least early on. One seems like some kind of weapon or armament, just little chippy thing, put it in, press a button, and now their arm's a hammer, similar to Forze, right? The other one is like a full thing. It looks like half of a driver, the primary being the boost module, I guess. Boost module and the Magnum module. I don't know if they're called modules, but I'm calling them modules for now while we're still figuring out stuff about the show. And that's the whole half, slides on. The boost's got a little radial revolver kind of thing. Spin, press a button. Boost module has, I think I just said boost module twice. Magnum module has the revolver thing. Boost module is a throttle. Thing opens up. Real cool. And honestly, when it comes out as a toy, it seems like it's going to be really cool. There's going to be a lot of playability with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for the people who do end up picking it up. And it also seems like there are going to be kind of like primary intended modules for the riders. For instance, with Geets, it looks like his base form is going to be Boost Magnum. I think the Panda, who I believe is called Kamen Danpan, we saw him with the boost, with the Magnum module, and it actually looks good on him. You know, it doesn't look bad. But then coming to the Ram, getting back to the point that I was on, she got furry on her helmet, dog. It does not look good. Unless she gets a module that gives her like Gorilla Brother, like how he's got like kind of fluffy built into his like suit, his ranger suit. Unless that's the case, maybe it looked good then, right? Maybe. I'll give it a fair shake, but for now, first impressions of a lot of the riders is really subdued. Although I gotta say, I think his name is Kamen Buffa, based on Buffalo. Ooh, that shit looks nice. That, like, if they rope all the other riders in and make him similar to Buffa, you know, where it has that nice cohesion and like they are creative on how they're gonna do all the stuff, then I'm good. I'm A-okay. But it does make me worry for them a little bit because I am unimpressed right away. I am. And I'm hoping that that's not a shared sentiment. Like, they really have to do well in showing... That's what they need to do. The next PV they do is they have to show off more of the modules. Goodness gracious. Whew! This is where I would talk about Revise, but I am not caught up on Revise. So, moving on. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, you fucking... I'm out here giving whiplash. This is the stream of consciousness. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So, we recently got a PV of that. New trailer a couple days ago. And I gotta say, at first, I was a little bit upset with the Koraidon thing, where he got them wheels. And the more I thought about it, I still have an issue with it, but it's not what you'd think. My issue with Koraidon, easy peasy, simple as can be. If you're running, you don't need your flotation sacks, like, you know, puffed up, dog. That's my only issue. I don't care that they're not wheels. Like, yeah, it will look cool if they would spin, but then it's like, well, why would they spin? You know? Why? That wouldn't make sense. I'm still personally going Violet because I do like Koraidon better than Miraidon, although I will admit Miraidon absolutely got some points from me from that trailer. The whole jet thing, actually, I'm not gonna lie, almost swayed me. But I mean, I suppose we will see, depending on the past and future forms, or, you know, whatever that is, based on those leaks. Personally, I'm locked in on Fuecoco. I am excited about these starters. I actually for the first time in a few generations, I like each of the starters, right? Fuecoco has such an interesting, cute little design, and he's a fire croc, dude. He's a little pepper fire croc. That's lovely. Sprigatito is simple in the right ways and has just a really clean design. I like the fact that it implies grassy instead of just being grassy, but they do a great job about it. Little dude looks like little tufts of fur could be leaves. It's nice. And are you kidding me about Quaxley? Little man's got a coif. He got a little pompadour hat. Little dude's got some sass to him. He's got some funk. I love that. I love that for him. And I've heard some rumors that he's either gonna his final evolution is gonna be similar to a pirate or maybe a Don Quixote kind of thing. And you think of the name Quaxley has for all we know, we've been saying it wrong, and it's supposed to be Quali, as a similarity to Quixote, Quahali, something like that. Probably not, definitely not. Are you kidding me? I'm wrong out the gate, but it has the Q, it has the X. The region is based on, I believe, the Iberian Peninsula and Spain and all that. Fucking Don Quixote de la Mancha, dog. Throw that in there. Hell yeah. I love Fido. Everybody loves Fido. And I genuinely think that Game Freak is directly attacking me if they do not give him an evolution named Labrador. If there is not an evolution of Fido named Labrador, I'm going to be mad. There's another name a buddy of mine came up with, and it's like, that's the 3-stage evolution. Fido Doge, I think he said, which is a little bit, but like, I wouldn't be surprised. And Labrador. Bread type. Yeah, and who knows, maybe this is maybe this is the region where they go, hey, you're getting a new type. And we're all like, oh, are we finally getting like magic type, cosmic type, sound type? What is it? Food type? Excuse me? Food type it's weak against poison and normal type. And food type is strong against steel, psychic, and fairy. Alright. Food type. It's something about Scarlet and Violet that does genuinely blow me away is the fact that we are, at this point, almost exactly 3 months away, right? It's like August 15th, we will be exactly 90 days-ish away. I'm not doing math. Don't make me do math, but we are 90 days away, effectively-ish, from the release of Scarlet and Violet, and we have not gotten an actual legitimate full leak that hasn't been caught up to, except for like maybe 2. Oh, goodness gracious. I got acid reflux really bad. Now, goodness. Now, what I mean is, like, you consider Sun and Moon, right? Sun and Moon got announced, and maybe we got one trailer in, and then like a month into us knowing about it, somebody went out and said, hey, here's the full decks. And it's just there. Holy shit, that's everything. It was immediately fully leaked, like, shortly after it was announced. Sword and Shield, I believe a similar thing happened. We have gotten so far into the Scarlet and Violet timeline without a massive, substantial leak. And that's really exciting to me because who knows, maybe I get lucky and I can actually go fully into a new Pokemon game without already knowing everything. And I think that'll be really, really cool, especially being the fact that, dog, it's an open world Pokemon game. That's amazing. And from what I can tell with Koraidon and Miraidon, it's going to be very much like Legends of Arceus. Like, literally, the only thing I feel like it's going to be missing that's really going to differentiate the two on, like, a meaningful basis is that, you know, the catching mechanic of Legends of Arceus, which, an extremely hot take, fight me, Legends of Arceus is just let's go. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. All of the Pokemon you run into are overworld spawns. It has a specific throwing type catching mechanic. Arceus is literally just, hey dog, can I copy your homework? Yeah, change it so it doesn't look exactly the same. But then it just like it did a lot better. It's certainly a lot better. It's certainly not a lot nicer. But dog, it's the same thing. Even down to Pokemon learning moves that they otherwise wouldn't be able to learn. But like, whatever, let them learn the moves. It's the same thing. And that's not an issue for me, because guess what, fuckers? I love the Let's Go games. I hope so dearly that we're going to get Let's Go Gold and Let's Go Silver, or Let's Go Meryl, Let's Go Togepi, or whatever people are saying. Let's Go Celebi. I also, am still holding out hope that I will be surprised if the Legends are, because it's not Pokemon Legends Arceus, it's Pokemon Legends, boom, Arceus, which implies that it's going to be a series. So, fingers crossed, let's hope. I'm not going to actually get into that lane. Granted, one can say the same thing about, oh yeah, the Let's Go games. Oh my god. Oh. Yeah. The only reason I'm not popping off like I normally would on stream is because this is YouTube. Things have to be monetizable. I just had a big dump truck pull right out in front of me. Ooh, goodness gracious. Anyways, the Legends series, I feel, will continue. I would be extraordinarily surprised if they did not continue that as a series. I mean, Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, these got continuations. Even Pokemon Snap got a sequel. Pokemon Legends Arceus, as soon as it came out, was touted as being the absolute best. The absolute best Pokemon game that's ever come out by a fair amount of people. There is no way that does not get continued. And who knows? Maybe, because we don't know a lot about Scarlet and Violet. We really don't. We know what we think is a lot, but there's so much more about that game we have no idea about. So, wait. Goodness. So, here's hoping that Scarlet and Violet will, in fact, be very similar to Legends of Arceus. I'm being cyclical. Moving on to my next point, Digimon. Clean transition. So, Digimon Survive came out, and apparently it's actually doing a lot better than a lot of people figured it would. Not just because it's Digimon, but it's also a virtual, or it's a visual novel. And, there's a whole thing about Bandai Namco just going, yep, here you go, and then forgetting about it. Oh, goodness gracious. Acid reflux really bad today. Goodness gracious. But yes, so it seems like Digimon Survive is actually doing fairly well, especially on the Switch, which is really exciting because the better Digimon does, especially right now with everything going on with the Digivice V, the Digivice VV, the Vital Bracelet, Vital Hero, Vital Bracelet BE, the whole line of them, those are doing well, right? The Survive is doing well. Supposedly, Digimon Cyber Sleuth 2 is going to be coming out Q3 of 2023, which is extraordinarily exciting because, listen, if you are a fan of Pokemon, if you are a fan of Persona, and you have at least even a passing interest in Digimon, you have to go and pick up Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory because they are so slept on. They are so good. Genuinely phenomenal games. I totally just realized I forgot my Digivice via home. Damn it. But we are coming to a close on this episode, and I would just like to take the time to thank anybody who has watched all the way to the end or listened all the way to the end. Thank you for wasting your time on me, and I hope you're entertained. That is the nature of this and what I'm doing. It is nonsense. It is absolute nonsense. It is the most, I'm not going to say unhinged, but, well, I am going to say it, but it's a podcast. It's a poorly done podcast. It is an armchair podcast, but hopefully it is an entertaining podcast. So, if you guys want to go ahead and let me know what other topics you think I should discuss, maybe I have an opinion on it, maybe I don't, feel free to let me know in the comments, do the other YouTube stuff, and, if you disagree with the contents of this little podcasty thing, go ahead and destroy me, and, something that I'm probably going to have to fix as an outro, but something that I've been using for the past year and a half now, and I will continue as long as I can here on YouTube. Choose kindness always. See you later, fuckers.